Welcome along to the home podcast, the isolated edition. I'm John Pearson. This is my podcast that was originally made about me being away from home and living away from my wife in London whilst she lived in Mansfield, and my isolated version of my life. It's a bit changed now that we're all isolated. It's a bit more of a, well, it's up to date, isn't it? It's more about you than it's about me now. So I'm talking to more people that I know, mainly creative people, friends, people that I've met on the comedy circuit, anyone that I can speak to, really. And today we have got Aaron Simmons, who is with me. So we'll say hello to Aaron. Say hello to Aaron, everybody. Hello, Aaron. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Great. I'm fine. It's nice to be. It's nice to see somebody. How are you?
It's the only reason why.
Is it? I was going to say, how are you doing with the whole isolation thing?
I'm doing surprisingly well. So I live by myself. So I'm properly craving human contact. And so much so that when I go to the supermarket, I will say hello to every single person in the supermarket just to say, how are you doing? Like a crazy person.
To make sure your voice works, or because you actually want...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
Not just to be like, you're fine, right? So I'm fine to be... No, it was more of a, hey, how are you? Oh my God, you're a human being. Can I talk to you? So that, I'm going a little stir crazy with the lack of human interaction. But I'm doing surprisingly okay. I'm trying to keep busy. And by busy, I mean watching endless episodes of Richard Osman's House.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Is that that's your isolated film? Watching of choice.
Yeah, I mean, I find it oddly reassuring. Just sort of, it was one of those things that before self-isolating happened, I found it quite a good thing. Whenever I was feeling anxious about anything, I would just put it on, and there's just something very.
I don't think I've ever watched it. What's it on? Is it on BBC iPlayer?
It's on BBC Two, but yeah, there are plenty of episodes on the iPlayer, but it's also available on the old YouTube.
Oh, on the old YouTube. The YouTube.
So I've been hammering through. I'm currently on season 2, episode 21.
How many seasons are there?
3, but there's 15 episodes in the first series. And then there's 50 episodes in the second series, and there's 100 episodes in the third.
How's he managed to make so much stuff?
I don't know. I mean, and he's still making Pointless at the same time. The guy
must just not go home. He must just make episode after. He must have days where he's just at home making episodes of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, presumably. I mean, he I don't know. I don't know, Richard. I'll ask him.
Ever meet him? Ask him. How did you make so many episodes? I mean, what's it about? What's that show about?
So it's just it's sort of like a pub quiz, but all of the questions have a little twist to it. So it's not just what do you know. You need to apply some logic. So some of the answers rhyme with each other. Some of them are opposites, and all that kind of stuff. So it's sort of a little bit more fun than Who is the Emperor of.
Oh, right, so there's a link to it. Oh, I've got, yeah. So it's a bit more, so it's a fun pub quiz, basically. Maybe he should start doing them as a podcast or online. It should be live streaming them about now.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, presumably he's doing something.
There's not enough live streaming going on at the moment, I don't think.
No, I think it's a real niche.
I think it's, I don't think enough comedians have all of a sudden jumped on the live streaming side of things.
I mean, I would do it more, but I'm really worried about my confidence within it. Because my last gig before self-isolation is I did really well. I smashed the gig.
I was really hoping you were going to say I died on my arse then, because that would be the worst.
No, this is the thing. So in my head, my last gig, I smashed. So it's fine. Yeah. But if I do a self-isolating gig from my home and I do my gear to no laughter, I'm going to feel like I've died, and then I'm going to I can't gig to get rid of that death. The best thing when you die is to do another gig straight away. You can't do that for 3 months.
You can, but you'll just be doing exactly the same thing.
Exactly, getting worse and worse and worse. At the end of my career, I can't take that confidence hit.
You feel like that, yeah. Well, it is hard. I've been doing loads because I've done my own. I've made my own up, and it is, but it's different for me as an MC. I'm just presenting as opposed to MCing.
Okay,
so that's easier. But I think as an act, doing an act is very much, you kind of do feed off the audience a bit more.
Yeah, and like, how long do you pause
Yeah, exactly. This is it.
Because if you don't
It's
pause
exactly
at
what
all, no
everyone
one hears your
always
next
asks
joke.
me. Everyone is always like, "Oh, so do I leave pauses for laughter?" I'm like, yes, but only when you know there's definitely going to be laughter.
I mean, the idea of it makes me feel a bit crazy. But like,
I
it's
had a
fine.
conversation
I'm
with
just
a producer today about panel shows on radio and stuff like that, and he was saying that
yeah.
they always say, "Oh, do you want to have it filmed in front of recorded in front of an audience?" And he always says, "Yes, otherwise it's horrific. Otherwise,
Yeah. Oh no,
you
I can't
tell
imagine anything
terrible
worse.
jokes and think they're funny, whereas if you don't get the laugh, you just gloss over it."
But incidentally, I find with sitcoms, I much prefer sitcoms that don't have have an audience laughing to it than sitcoms that do.
That don't. So you like Gavin and Stacey, for instance, didn't have any laughter track or any
Correct.
audience or anything like
Yeah.
that. Then you've got ones like what Only Fools and
Yeah.
Horses. Was that filmed in front of a live audience?
Yeah. I think so. I imagine so. But I'm thinking like Friends
Yeah.
and the IT Crowd was the one that really sort of. It was the first time I'd ever
Was that a
noticed
live
it.
audience or was that laughter? Was that canned laughter?
I think it was a live
Right.
audience. I'd be surprised if it was canned laughter from a British
True.
sitcom. But it just sort of didn't feel right for that show.
No.
But a lot of
I
people
like
like
the
it.
IT. I
So,
can't think now. I'm gonna have to watch back and see whether I think it's got.
well, you were a former IT
Yeah,
guy,
exactly.
weren't
See,
you?
maybe that's it. Maybe I looked over it and was like, "Oh, look at this. We're finally in it. We've finally been. They're finally showing us for our true form, which is geeks."
Yeah, maybe.
So anyway, we've diverged off onto sitcoms and stuff. How so self
Yeah.
isolating for you? You're at home, your own home, on your own. So do you get to see anybody?
No,
Oh, you're the first person.
this is the most human
You're the
contact
first
I've
person
had.
I've spoken to that's like that.
Yeah.
So what do
But
you
like,
do all day?
watch Richard Games. So I am trying to do work as well. So I have like the first sort of week or two of it, I was like when it wasn't like so when the lockdown wasn't in place, but people were advised to stay
Yeah.
inside. I was trying to write for my Edinburgh show, and like I got a sitcom idea that I was trying to work towards, and a movie idea that I'm working on, and I was trying to do all of that stuff. But the more the lockdowns happened, the more I'm just sort of like, what's the fucking point? Like,
I know exactly how you feel. I have
like
days of being really, really like on it, and then the other days I'm like, oh, I just can't be fucked to do anything.
Like I just think even if I do the exact show that I was planning to do this year in Edinburgh in 2021, it's going to be so different because life is just going to be like, what's going to happen when you gig for the first time after lockdown?
Great question.
Say it's 6 months. Say it's 6 months that we're all locked in, and then you go like, oh, I was just at the cinema with my girlfriend. Like,
No, you weren't. That didn't happen. Yeah.
We haven't been out of our house.
So what happened the other week to me when I was on the train? You weren't on the train the other week, mate. There's no way. No one was allowed out.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't know what's going to happen. So it seems sort of redundant to work on that kind of stuff. But on the flip side, I've been living by myself for 2 years, 3 years, something like that. So I'm quite used to my own company. You know, I text people all day, and I have had Skype conversations, and it does make a difference. But yeah, it's a lot harder when like absolutely everyone is.
Well, you're not allowed to see
You're seeing
anybody. Do
nobody.
you know what I mean? You can't see anyone that you don't live with, and you live on your own.
It's mad.
So that's hard.
And I'm a bit much. And like
A bit much.
you're hanging out with me for 15 minutes. That's the perfect amount. I'm with me 24/7. That's hard
You
work.
do your own head in.
Yeah. Oh God.
Do you talk? Do you talk to yourself?
Not as much as I used to, which is weird. I talk to myself practically. So I'll be like, right, so I'm going to do the washing up, and then I'm going
But
to
you
do
don't
this, and then I'm
actually
going to do
have
that.
full-on conversations.
But what's weird is I used to.
No.
I used to do that when I didn't live by myself, And now that I live by myself, I don't do that. I practice stand-up out loud, but I don't be like, oh, what should we do today? I had this really funny thought to myself the other day.
But you used to do that.
I know those thoughts. But I used to do that when I was sort of 14,
Amazing.
15. I used to just talk to myself.
Amazing.
And I didn't have a lot of friends still.
Oh, well, you must have had loads of friends.
No. It was only when I realised that buy one, get one free tickets at Alton Towers would get you more friends is when I actually got friends.
Oh, Aaron, that sounds awful.
But did you see your reaction when I said buy one, get one free tickets at Alton Towers? You were like, we should go to Alton Towers.
Do you get buy one, get one free then for Alton Towers tickets?
Yeah, and we get to queue jump.
That's ironic that you get to queue jump.
That's true. I've never thought.
Write that down, quick. Write it down.
Write that down. Oh, we're recording this.
Yeah. So, also, we should probably point out for anyone that doesn't even know who you are that you are in a wheelchair. As opposed to at this point, it looks like people are just going, "Why does he get buy one get one free tickets at Alton Towers?"
That's a good point. I think this is the longest I've ever been in a podcast where I've not mentioned.
I think it's the longest you spoke to a person without noticing your disability.
Yeah, that's probably true.
By the way, I'm in a wheelchair.
I don't talk to myself, but I do remind myself that I have cerebral palsy on an hourly basis by myself.
That's the way you talk to yourself. Remember, Aaron, you've got cerebral palsy.
Oh yeah.
Remember, you can't do that, Aaron, because you've got cerebral palsy.
I might go skip it. You're not.
That'd be you're your own worst heckler. Which is nice. So did you did you have to like isolate yourself straight off? You're not in like the high end group, are you? No,
I'm not super vulnerable. And I get offered the flu jab every year, but I've never taken it and I've never got flu and never really thought about it. Like I did sort of keep quite a lot of social distancing anyway, because the thing that I was most worried about when this all broke and came out was having to self-isolate for 2 weeks and being like, well, I can't afford to sit in my flat for 2 weeks and not gig. Now that gigging is not an option, doesn't really worry me too much. I'm not stressed about getting it. Obviously, I don't want to get it because the bigger thing is if I get it, it's more, more people are more likely to get it. But I'm not overly paranoid about getting it. It's not a big concern to me.
We've not seen anyone for about 2 weeks, so you're all right.
That's the bigger thing.
I was trying to work out when the last time I actually had any sort of contact with someone that wasn't my wife, my mother-in-law, who I live with now, that I live back up here. I think it's been well over 9 days since I last saw someone. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Tuesday now, so it's 8 days since lockdown got announced.
Yeah, so I think it was the weekend before that. I think I didn't see it. I thought I saw somebody on the Friday before that.
Okay, I saw someone the Saturday night and the Sunday morning.
Oh yeah, look at you bragging.
Just coincidentally, it was just that. 2 different people. No.
Outrageous.
Outrageous and factually inaccurate. So I saw one person on the Sunday morning, and that's the last time because I've gone out to the supermarket and I've said hello to the people who are in the supermarket, but I haven't actually had a conversation with anybody apart from on Skype or on the phone.
I think that's where we all are now. I think everyone's now at that stage.
How do you feel when you talk to someone on Skype? Do you feel the same as you've had an actual conversation?
I get a feeling like now when I'm talking to you, I feel like we're talking. I get that. But then as soon as I'm off the Skype call, I don't feel like I've seen them.
Okay.
It's like an nearly instant gratification thing. And then as soon as it's gone because you're gone now. Do you know what I mean? You're not there.
That makes sense. That's the way most people would like to talk to me, I guess. But
oh wow! Stop it.
I don't know. I haven't talked to enough people to give me the ego. See, the thing is, I am quite a self-deprecating person, but then when I gig and it goes well, I become an ego monster.
Oh, right, okay.
And like I'm just like the funniest fucker.
Oh, so that's
world.
why you're in this mood now, because the last gig you had, you smashed it.
But no, but I also haven't gigged in like
yeah, but
2
you've had no
weeks.
downward
now,
trajectory, have you? You've had no gig to bring you back down to earth. You're still You're still on the soaring upwards of that gig.
Yes and no. I really miss gigging. Like that's the thing I would do first of all. Like forget going to the pub.
Yeah, I'm desperately missing the stage.
Yeah,
I'm not missing the driving.
but also like I would. I think I would be excited to do the drive now.
Oh yeah,
because it's that gap, and you're like, oh, is this going to be good? Is this like most of the driving gigs that I have to do, like the proper driving gigs, are the higher end of the money I make. So I know the stuff I'm going to do, and I know that it's generally going to go quite well. And so that fear isn't quite there. Whereas if you're doing a new material night, you might only be driving for half an hour, but you're like, oh, this could die its fucking ass. This could be awful. Or this could be the greatest thing I've ever written. So
so you're missing the long drives to go to do what you know you're good at.
Well, this is the thing. So those drives I don't find overly fun, but I think in sort of 2-3 months when we're allowed to go out and do those drives, those are going to be more fun because I'm going to be like, I don't know if I can still do this. Is this still a thing? Are people going to be there? So I think I feel
rusty after like 4 or 5 days of not gigging.
Oh yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Like I'm gonna have to watch myself constantly.
I think you're going to find a lot of professional comedians on the open mic circuit for that first week back, just getting stage time. Just literally, you'll have people turning up at Angel. It'll be crazy in London. There'll just be people turning up at random gigs in random places just to do 5 minutes ago. Right, I'm back on stage. Yeah, I've got it. There we go. We're off.
Yeah. How are my jokes about the coronavirus? There's going to be so many.
I'm not going to write any. I'm not writing any. I'm going to refuse to do it.
Okay, that's a very
because I think it's going to be absolutely hammered at people. I think people are going to be like, "Oh, another one." A bit like Brexit. It'll get to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't done it, so we've not been going through it whilst talking about it, which I think
that's true.
So you'll have an influx, and then it'll be a death.
Yeah,
which ironically is a bit like the coronavirus.
Ironically so. It took me 3.5 years to write my first Brexit joke.
Yeah.
So,
which is just as they went, we've done it now.
Yeah, that's my time. I want it to be settled before I can write it.
I want to know the end game.
Yeah,
and then I will write the joke.
No spoilers, and then we can do the joke.
That's funny.
Yeah, ironically, it would have been a lot funnier like a year and a half ago.
Well, well, that's your writing process, Aaron. That's what you do.
I mean, the joke's really not about Brexit. It's about anal. But
whoa, what we talk? Yeah, I know. I've heard it.
Have you? Oh yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were one of 7 people in that gig.
Yeah, exactly. The gig that I organised.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
That's all right. It's fine. Same as now. You're just talking to me.
That's true.
It's pretty much the last time I saw you, you were pretty much playing to me, and now you're doing the same thing.
To you. That might be the last preview I ever do of that show.
Oh.
That's depressing, isn't it?
That is quite depressing.
Well.
Sorry.
It went all right. Yeah, it's not your fault.
No. So how long do you think we're going to be in it for then, Aaron? How long do you think it's going to be?
3-4 months.
You think 3 or 4 months?
Yeah, and then you'll probably interview another guest.
Not the podcast. I meant that, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one. I've been seeing a nurse, and
of course you are.
It's not. Of course I have. And she seemed to think the worst of it was going to be in May, and then it was going to sort of start to taper off. But I don't know whether or not how it's progressed over March has affected that.
Yeah.
So it just may continue and continue and continue. I mean, I don't know.
I think none of us do. None of us do know. That's the problem. None of us actually know when it's going to happen, what's going to happen. But I don't want to think it's going to be longer than 3 months.
Yeah. I would much rather it be sort of 3 months, then 3 months out, and then 3 months in again.
Yeah.
The idea of doing 6 months straight is hard.
But 6 months to an end game is better than in, out, in.
I think I would prefer to do 9 months.
9?
Broken up. So like 3 months in,
yeah.
3 months out, 3 months in, 3 months out, 3 months in, end game, than 6 months straight.
Right, okay. Okay. So yeah.
Because the big difference between me and you, John, is I can't have sex for 6 months. And you can.
You've never been married.
Okay, real talk. Like, that's not an issue, right? Like, you're on lockdown. What else are you going to do?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I would definitely say there's, yeah. The one thing, yeah, I would miss would be that. That's why I came back. That's why I did not want to get locked down in London. That's
fair. So, at what point was it announced that the lockdown was happening and you were like, right,
no,
this.
Week before that, me and my wife had a chat on the phone and she said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm packing my bags because I'm coming out of London now because I think this is going to get... Because I think we're at the point of social distancing then.
Yeah.
And then I did a gig on I did a gig on the Friday night. So the Friday night, I drove to somewhere, did a gig, and then the Saturday was when they went, yeah, you shouldn't even be going to bars. It was when they announced you should not go to bars and clubs.
Okay. Because then there's no point in you being in London anyway, because you're in London to gig.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I'm not there to sit in my house share with the 3 people I don't know. You know what I mean? Who I don't know what they do for a job.
Going?
You what?
How was that going?
It was going alright. House share was fine. Really good.
Yeah.
Much better than my last one, but this one was much nicer. But I saw there was 3 people lived there. I barely ever saw them. It was really nice. Whereas now, I see my wife every day, and she's all right.
Oh, that's nice.
No, she's great. It's great living it. It's great being back. I feel like it's being back. We've had to reorganise ourselves again because she's also the problem we've now got is that she's working from home. So before it would have been me here on my own all day, and then she'd come back after work. But she's now working from home, so we've had to set up another office compared to this office that I'm in now, which is it's a spare room. It's not an office; it's a spare room that I've organised. So we've had to set another spare room up for her so she can work, and I can't do stuff while she's doing stuff because she's got the proper job. She's got the real job, whereas I've got this arty-farty job that I do.
Yeah.
So she's got taking calls and conference calls and shit like that. I can't be like, oh, I'm going to walk around and I'm going to shout cock in the background. Do you know what I mean? It's not really what you want to do.
I mean, it's exactly what I would do.
Oh, yeah. It's exactly what we're comics.
Which is one of the reasons why not living with anybody is, like, the right thing for me to do. Because, like, as much as I would like to see another human being over the next potentially 3 months, I know that other human being would
not want to see you for 3 months.
Yeah.
They'd want a massive holiday.
I'm great in small bursts.
I think if someone lived with you and they had to be with you now for 3 months, they would definitely take a 3-month holiday. Straight after. And they'd be like, oh, we're going to... No, you're not coming with me, Aaron. I'm going away.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to Spain, China, and
leaving you. I'm going to Wuhan to get away from you. Good.
I would say I'm more annoying than having corona.
Well, what a way to end the podcast that would be if I announced
corona only lasts 10 days, and I last.
You last all. You're here for. You're here until you get corona. That's how it is.
Absolutely.
So, we're going to end. We've been going on for 24 minutes now. We've just been chatting shit. Do you know what I mean? But I hope you're all right.
I'm good, mate.
Keep safe, mate. That's all I'm going to say.
You too.
It was nice to speak to you. Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm your human contact for the day, sort of.
Yeah, there we go.
Quite late at night as well. I mean, it is now like 9:30. So if you've not seen anyone or spoke to anyone all day, I feel quite sad for you, Aaron.
Nah, it's all right. I only got up at 2, so it's
Love
fine.
it.
I'm still a comic, even
Still
if
a comic. You're still on comic timings. That's what you are.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, thank you very much. And
No
I'll
worries.
speak to you soon, mate.
Take
Cheers,
it
mate.
easy.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Aaron Simmons, everybody. Aaron Simmons, comic from London. You saw his hashtag. Well, no, his Twitter username is Rolling Comic because he's in a wheelchair. So he was talking about he's a proper person, the first person I spoke to that lives on their own as opposed to with anybody else. So it's nice to speak to him and get his idea and see what his life's changed now that he can't get out and about as much as he wants to. So it was nice to speak to him. Nice to see him and make sure that he's okay as well. So if you guys, anyone wants to get in contact with me, do that. You know how to get in contact with me. It's on my Facebook, Twitter, whatever, all that sort of shizzle. Subscribe to the podcast, guys. I'd love you to subscribe, because we're trying to get as many people onto the YouTube channel for the virtual gigs that we're doing as well. So get over there, watch some of those. We've got some great acts coming up. You'll be probably watching this back at whatever point, or listen to it back if you're on Podbean. If you're on Podbean or whatever, just subscribe, like it. If you're on iTunes, give me a 5-star rating, rate it, comment, do whatever you want to do. Please leave a review. It's the way I'm going to get more and more people listening to it, so it's new and noteworthy, all that sort of stuff. That would be lovely. But thank you very much for listening. Thank you for downloading. I'm going to go. This has been the Home Podcast Isolated Edition. Thank you very much.